wanna get it, going all in and I won't stop winning. Whip it, flip it, I just wanna get it, let it all go and I won't stop winning.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys have been liking the steady stream of videos we got going on. I've been trying to make them quasi-daily. It's a little bit difficult, especially when school starts back up again. A whole new another quarter is about to start in about a week and a half here. But for right now, I'm gonna keep plugging away, going for daily videos. What's today, you ask? It is going to be 5 weird sort of exercises that maybe you do in some way or another, but I think throwing in this different variation, either with a specific type of equipment or maybe a different grip style, is gonna add a huge asset to your routine. Now let's talk about which one we're gonna start with first. This one right here is going to be incline flies, progressive incline flies. So you're gonna start out on the one notch right below it being a flat bench, and you're gonna go higher and higher and higher as your sets continue. This one is my opening set. Again, I've been doing hybrid sets, my second upper body now, and I am slayed. So we do 3 sets of 5, followed by 2 sets of 12, and I'm destroyed right now. So these first couple clips are of the initial 3 sets of 5, and then the last clip is gonna be one of the sets of the 2x12. With this one, you really wanna focus on having a slight bend in your arm and really getting a good contraction into that chest. I'm gonna put a picture throughout all of these of the main muscle groups worked. That way you can get an idea of where you should be targeting that squeeze, and that 1 second hold on top really focuses that tight squeeze into those pecs with this particular exercise. So I always like to have a little bit of a bend. I have a bad shoulder, so having that little bit of a bend gives me just a little bit of a bicep assist, and I think that's really something that I bring it to this particular exercise just due to previous injuries. But if you can go straight hand, that's all well and good, but I like to put a little bit of a bend just for some safety aspects. And these are pretty straightforward. Again, it goes tilt, 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 tilt until you get to the last set, in which right here you can see that it's almost a complete straight up standard fly, and the progressive incline is what's really gonna spread that pump across your pec and destroy it. And then we're gonna jump right into this one, which is a stiff arm lat pull down. This one's really good for getting a really wide lat, hitting that really very far underside of your lat, which a lot of people have a struggle with. And I mean, I've totally been there. I like to throw these in, especially when my biceps and back are really fatigued and I'm looking for something to sort of break up the over aggressive pump. I like to throw these in, get a good lat pump, especially before jumping into something like deadlifts. I feel like it gets a lot of blood in the area, and it really helps that deadlift pump and that deadlift strength go that much higher. Big things to consider with this: not whipping the weight down and not putting too much of a triceps. And you can see, I don't know how pronounced it is, that I get a little bit of a chest bump at the very top. Really over exaggerate the squeeze on the back of your lat. That way you can really target that lat portion of the movement. There's gonna be a little bit of tricep involvement, a little bit of shoulder involvement. For the most part, it should be pretty isolated. This one right here is one of my favorites. Dan requested that I put it in a video, and I definitely will. Under grip pull downs, tricep pull downs, that is, using a very like a varied selection type of equipment. With this one, that was the V-bar, utilizing the undergrip. It will destroy your triceps and get a good forearm pump as well. This one is with the actual easy bar that you can put with the cables. Again, the motion is the exact same as a regular pull down, but that undergrip really puts it on the highest point of that tricep into all 3 of those heads at the same time, but really that very high aspect of your tricep. This one, standard, just a single cable hand. With this set, what you can see right here is the last of the 2x12. So by this point, my triceps are roasted. But the same thing, you really want to focus on not whipping that weight down. I see people do it all the time. They even tend to look away when they whip it because they know it's a bad form. But for this one, really isolate that tricep and get a good squeeze. You can see my other hand there is utilizing that stability. That way all of that contraction of that muscle is going into the triceps and diverting it away from maybe your shoulder or back, which you can definitely cheat on. So just focus on getting that huge tricep contraction, get that good squeeze at the very end. That's what you should really be looking for. This one is a huge favorite of mine. I call them close grip face pulls, but if you look that up on Google, it's probably gonna come up as something else. Basically, it's a close grip lat pull down with the double cable things just slotted right on. What you're gonna look for on this one is coming down, you're gonna squeeze it across. This is gonna give you a tremendous pump in the very middle section of your back. It's gonna involve your lats, it's gonna involve your shoulder, it's gonna be involving pretty much everything in your back. A little bit of biceps. I don't really notice a huge bicep pump from this, but you really want that really tight squeeze. You throw these in and you will definitely notice your back has a lot more of a broad aspect and your back will be a lot thicker as well. You can do these on a different type of thing. You could use the ropes. I think they're too long though, so you have to sit really low and you can't do a high enough weight because you're not really stabilized. You can use the V-bar we just did with the undergrip, but I feel like that gives you too much of a stability. These ones are from another video that I love doing these now. They're one of my favorites. They're a bent over cable curl, and I think they're super good for getting that really high aspect bicep pump. And when you throw all of these in, you'll be hitting stuff from a different angle, different equipment, and you will get an overall pump of your upper body because we've spread load these through your chest, through your back, through your biceps, through your triceps. Shoulders are gonna be hit secondarily from pretty much all these, and you can definitely do different shoulder exercises as well to bring apart that angle and that different type of equipment. But all of these work to get you a bigger upper body because hitting from that different angle is gonna cause muscle confusion, even though I really don't like that. Essentially, you're lifting the same exact thing, no muscles are confused, but you're hitting it from a different angle, which is gonna pull the pump into different spots. Like with that progressive incline fly, that's gonna pull it, a standard fly is gonna go broad spectrum across your entire pec, whereas that incline is gonna pull it higher and higher and higher until once you're pretty much sitting straight up, that pump is gonna be isolated super close in the very high aspect of that pec, and it's gonna destroy it. So what that means, in other words, is you're gonna get a different pump in a different part of the muscle, increasing the strength of that maybe perhaps lacking portion of your muscle, and it's gonna give you an overall broad definition, in this case with the upper body, because these are the ones we've chosen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you've never done some of these, I give you a huge encouragement to try them out. Start lighter weight, get the form down until you could start finessing with the higher weights. Throwing these in, throwing the different angles, the different equipment, it's gonna get you a different result. And as we said in the last video, change becomes change. So if you're looking to spice things up with your routine, throw in these 5 easy variations of stuff you probably already do. Get that much more of your exercise and that much more gains, because that's what it comes down to. Time equals gains. So stop wasting time in the gym, throw in these awesome, cool exercises. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, if you have ideas, if you want to comment about anything, boom, put them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to hear your guys' feedback. As always, your guys' voice carries weight on this channel a lot more than all those huge IFBB pros, because we are a one-on-one fitness community of real like-minded fitness people. Again, thanks for watching everybody. Take it easy.
Why always me?